The legend of the Spider Queen was an old tale whispered in hushed tones around campfires. It was said that deep in the heart of the ancient forest, hidden beneath its tangled roots, lay her lair. A place where no sunlight could reach, where only whispers and shadows thrived. The villagers warned travelers to stay away, to never follow the strange glimmers of light that danced between the trees. But Elias wasn't one to heed warnings. Elias, a seasoned adventurer, had heard the stories all his life. To him, they were nothing more than folklore, tales meant to frighten children. But when rumors spread of a treasure beyond imagination hidden within the Spider Queen's cavern, he couldn't resist. With his sword strapped to his back and a torch in hand, he ventured into the forest under the cover of twilight, his mind set on fame and fortune. The forest seemed alive, the air thick with an eerie silence. As Elias pushed deeper, the ground grew soft and damp, and the trees closed in around him, their branches like skeletal arms clawing at the sky. Then he saw it, a faint, silvery glow weaving between the trees. It moved as if beckoning him, leading him further into the heart of the woods. Elias followed, his curiosity overpowering his unease. The glow led him to a cave mouth hidden behind a curtain of vines. He hesitated for a moment, peering into the darkness before stepping inside. The air was cold, carrying a faint, metallic scent. The walls of the cave shimmered with webs that seemed to pulse faintly, as though alive. Deeper and deeper he ventured, his torch barely illuminating the path ahead. The webs grew thicker, their intricate patterns reflecting the flickering light. They weren't ordinary spider webs, they glistened unnaturally as though spun from silver and whispers. Then he heard it, a faint, melodic humming that sent a chill down his spine. It was a sound both beautiful and unsettling, like a lullaby sung in a forgotten language. The humming led him to a vast chamber, its ceiling lost in shadow. In the center of the room was a cocoon, suspended by a thick web that stretched from the floor to the unseen heights above. The cocoon moved slightly, as if something or someone was alive inside. "Welcome, traveler." A voice echoed through the chamber, soft and silken, yet laced with menace. Elias spun around, his torchlight catching the glint of something moving in the shadows. From the darkness emerged a figure both breathtaking and horrifying. She was beautiful, with long, flowing hair and piercing, glowing eyes, but her lower half was that of a monstrous spider, her legs tipped with sharp, glistening points. "The stories didn't do you justice," Elias muttered, his voice steady despite the fear clawing at his chest. The Spider Queen smiled, revealing sharp, pearl-white teeth. "You've come seeking treasure," she said, her voice like a soft caress, "but the only treasure here is your soul." Before Elias could react, the walls of the chamber came alive. The webs shuddered and shifted, revealing hundreds of smaller spiders, their red eyes glowing in the dim light. They swarmed toward him, but stopped at the Queen's silent command. "You're brave, I'll give you that," she said, circling him slowly. "But bravery won't save you here. My web isn't just for the body, it's for the mind. Let me show you." With a flick of her hand, the webs around them shimmered, and Elias was suddenly engulfed in visions. He saw his greatest fears, his friends and family turning to ash, his body trapped in an endless void, his own reflection staring back at him, distorted and monstrous. He tried to fight it, to remind himself it wasn't real, but the illusions felt so vivid, so suffocating. "You see, my web is a mirror," the Queen whispered. "It shows you the darkest corners of your soul, the truths you hide even from yourself." Elias gritted his teeth, clutching his sword tightly. "I didn't come here to be trapped in your games," he said, his voice shaking but resolute. He slashed at the webs around him, but each cut seemed to repair itself instantly, the strands growing back thicker and stronger. The Queen laughed, a sound that echoed like shards of glass. "You cannot escape my web. The more you struggle, the tighter it binds you." But Elias wasn't ready to give up. He remembered the tales, the old legends that spoke of the Queen's one weakness, her reflection. He scanned the chamber, his eyes landing on a shard of broken glass embedded in the wall. With all his strength, he lunged for it, grabbing the shard and holding it up to the Queen. Her gaze met her own reflection, and for the first time, her confident smile faltered. The spiders around them shrieked, their movements chaotic and frenzied. The Queen recoiled, her form flickering as though caught between dimensions. "No," she screamed, her voice reverberating through the chamber. "You will not defy me!" But it was too late. The webs began to unravel, the chamber collapsing around her. Elias ran, the ground shaking beneath him as the queen's lair crumbled. He emerged from the cave just as it collapsed entirely, the forest eerily silent once more. Exhausted and battered, Elias looked back at the ruined entrance. The treasure he sought was gone, but so was the Spider Queen's curse. At least, for now. He walked away, the hum of the queen's lullaby still faintly echoing in his mind, a haunting reminder of the nightmare he had escaped.